Hello, my name is Paige, and today I have for you a 20-minute no hands yoga practice. Everything we do requires no weight on your hands. So if you hurt your wrist or you're trying to take a little break, this is the perfect practice to you. We'll do a lot of standing poses and some easy, on the ground poses, nothing involving your hands. So take your mat, bring yourself, get a water bottle, and thank you for joining me. Today we are going to start standing at the top of our mat. We're going to bring our feet about hips width apart. Then we're going to inhale, raise our arms up overhead. We're going to take our right hand, grab the left wrist, and inhale, and then exhale, pull to the right side, just slightly getting a nice big side body stretch, maybe gazing past the left arm. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, switch, taking your left hand, grabbing the right wrist, pulling towards the left side, gazing past the right arm. Taking a nice inhale, and then exhale, bringing both your hands down, maybe shaking them out just a little bit. At the top of the mat, we're going to inhale, raise our arms up overhead, exhale to forward fold. And enjoying the first forward fold of this practice, maybe you can pedal out the feet just a little bit. Maybe you grab your elbows and sway side to side. Just take a moment here, whatever feels right to you. Make sure you have a little micro bend in your knee. You don't want to have them straight. You want to have a slight bend. So enjoy next couple moments here in your forward fold. And wherever you are, we're going to drop our hands, and we're going to bend the knees, and we're going to slowly roll up to standing, coming up one vertebrae at a time, letting the head be the last thing that rolls up. Once you come to standing, we're going to inhale, raise our arms up overhead, then exhale, swan dive back down to forward fold. We're going to inhale, lift halfway up, bringing our hands to the shins, keeping a nice long flat back, and then exhale, coming back down to forward fold. Once again, we're going to come back, we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, coming back to standing, letting the head be the last thing that comes up. And we're just slowly rolling up. And then we're going to roll our shoulders away from the ears and just do a couple shoulder rolls, backwards and then forwards. And then we're going to take our arms and just bring them in big circles like going swimming. And then we're going to go backwards like a backstroke. And then we're going to stop that and just let our arms sway side to side, letting them hit one side of the body to the other. It might look silly, but no one's there watching you. It's okay. We'll look silly together. Just letting it rock back and forth. And then we'll just come to stillness, letting your arms fall to the side. Then at the top of the mat, we're going to make sure our feet are about hips width apart. We're going to inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, we're going to sit back into chair. We're going to tilt the tailbone in just slightly. So there's not a big, sending your booty out. It's just nice flat back. We're going to sit here in chair, making sure our knees aren't going over our toes. Take a nice inhale, then exhale, come on up to standing. Awesome. We're going to take our right foot and send it back, coming into a warrior two stance. So our right foot is slightly parallel to the back of the mat. There is a heel to arch ratio, and our knee is bent over our ankle. We're going to inhale, open up the arms, and then exhale into warrior two. Roll our shoulders away from our ears and breathe here. And then we're going to inhale, flip the left hand up. Exhale, send it backwards, coming into reverse warrior. You can bring that right hand and just nicely place it on the back leg. Don't put pressure on it, just It can just be nice and placed, or it can wrap around the back, wherever you are. Make sure your knee is still staying bent over that ankle. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, we're gonna come forward, taking that left arm, placing it on the left leg, and inhaling, raising the right hand up to the sky, coming into extended side pose. Now we're not putting all of our weight onto this. We're going to open up the chest, we're going to engage the core, and we're going to, you know, if I was there in person and if I whacked this off of you, your arm off the knee, you wouldn't fall and collapse. So you can put a little pressure, but we're still using our obliques and our core to hold ourselves up. Take another moment here in your extended side angle. And then we're going to inhale, rise back up to warrior two. We're going to take our hands onto our hips. Our left foot, we're going to face the front, so we're coming into a wide-legged stance. Both of our feet are facing one way. We're going to inhale here and exhale, slowly start to bend forward, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Take a moment here. Fix your hair. And you're going to inhale, rise up. And then exhale, we're going to point our right toes to the opposite side, and we're going to come into warrior two on the other side. So we're just moving from one side of the mat to the other. So with a heel to arch ratio, with your right leg to your left, your knee is stacked over your ankle. We're going to inhale and then exhale into warrior two. We're going to inhale, flip the right palm up. Exhale, send it back for a reverse warrior, placing that back arm. You can slightly place it on the back leg or wrap it around to your lower back, whatever feels good to you on this side. Remember to keep bending in that front leg. Take a nice inhale here, and exhale, we're going to come forward, bringing our right arm, placing it onto our right leg. We're going to inhale, the left hand up to the sky, open up the chest, breathe here in your extended side angle. Take a nice inhale. Then exhale, we're going to make our way back up into warrior two. We're going to take the left foot, we're going to meet the right foot at the top of the mat. We're going to step up so both your toes are facing the end of the mat. We're going to inhale, raise the right hand, both your hands up to the sky. Exhale, sitting back into chair. And we're going to tuck the tailbone, remember, just slightly. Maybe sit a little bit deeper than where you were the first time. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, coming to forward fold. Awesome job. You're going to inhale, rise all the way up, coming into standing. Exhale, hands at heart center. From here, we're going to take our right leg and step it back about 3 feet or so. We're going to take our hands to our hips, coming into pyramid. So the goal of pyramid, just like the goal of warrior one, is to have your hips facing forward. So while you're here, think of left hip back, right hip forward. So you keep thinking that bringing left hip back, right hip forward, we're squaring our hips off to the front. We're going to keep a micro bend in our front leg, but we're not going to bend it. We're going to keep it straight with a micro bend. With our hands at our hips, we're going to inhale, and then exhale, slowly start to bow forward. You can keep your hands at your hips. You can bring them down onto the mat. You can bring them to prayer behind you, or cross your arms, whatever feels right to you. And remember, while we're here, left hip back, right hip forward. Breathe here in your pyramid. Wherever you are, we'll bring our hands back to our hips. And inhale, rise up. We're going to bend in that left leg. We're going to slowly start to bow forward, engage the core, root down on the left leg, and we're going to inhale, start to lift up that right leg, coming into warrior three. Breathe here. Make sure your right foot is pointed down to the mat. Your toes are facing the mat. Your right foot is flexed. You can keep your hands here. You can bring them in prayer. You can bring them overhead. Wherever you are, breathe here just for a moment. You got this. Take a nice inhale and then exhale. Slowly start to bow forward. You can bring your hands onto the mat, coming into splits, half splits, flying splits. I can't remember the name of it. But just bring your right foot up into the air. Breathe here. Take a nice inhale and then exhale. Bring that right foot, place it down next to the left. Coming into forward fold. Maybe sway back and forth. Maybe wiggle out those legs. That's awesome. You did a good job. Then we're going to inhale, rise all the way up. Then exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. Awesome, awesome job. From here, we're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to take our left foot, send it back about 3 feet, coming into pyramid on this side. This time, remember, right hip back, left hip forward to square your hips off to the front. We're going to keep a micro bend in that right leg. We're not going to bend it. We're not going to keep it straight so you're hyperextending, just a micro bend. We're going to inhale here, exhale forward. Start to bow forward. And again, you can keep your hands at the hips, bring them down onto the mat or bring them behind you. Keep remembering as you're breathing here, right hip back, left hip forward. So take a couple moments here. Take one more breath. And then wherever you are, bring your hands back to your hips. We're going to inhale, rise up. Start to bend in that front leg, that right leg. We're going to engage the core, root down. We're going to slowly start to bow forward, bringing all of our weight into that right leg. Using the core, we're going to lift up that left foot, coming into warrior 3. Remember, flex that back foot, point those toes down to the mat. Keep your hands at your hips, at heart center, or all the way up. Breathe here in your warrior 3. You got this. You got this. Slowly bring your hands down onto the mat, coming into standing splits. Bringing that right left leg up to the sky as much as you can. You know, it's not perfect. My leg doesn't go up very high. So wherever you are, it's perfect. Breathe here in your standing splits. Keep breathing. You got this. Take one more inhale and then exhale. Bring the left foot, face the mat. Awesome job. Coming into a forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. And then we're going to bring our hands to our hips. And then step out wide, coming into a wide-legged forward fold once again. So inhale here, exhale, coming down to a wide-legged forward fold. And this time, maybe feel it out. Maybe bend the right leg, straighten the left. Maybe bend the left, straighten the right. Just start to move here. You can bring your hands down to the mat if you feel like, or you can keep them up on your hips. Just take a moment to feel what you need to feel, any type of movement. Or if you just want to sit in stillness, please do. We're just going to take the next 5 breaths here. You did amazing work. When you're ready, take your time, bring your hands back to your hips. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, we're going to step to the top of the mat once again. And we're going to bring all of our weight into our left foot. We're going to inhale, raise our right foot up. So our knee is parallel to our hip. We're going to find that balance. And I've said this before, but a nice trick is to find that drishti, that point of focus. Find that focus or that point of focus. Focus entirely on that spot this entire time for balancing. It's a lot easier to find your balance that way instead of looking all around. So with your right foot, right knee up, we're gonna take our left hand, place it on our knee. We're gonna inhale, open up our right arm to the back, coming into a standing twist. Engaging the core, rooting down. Breathe here. Find that drishti. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, come forward. Shake out the legs. You did awesome. Moving on to the right side, or left side, I mean. We're going to bring all of our weight into our right foot. We're going to inhale, lift our left leg up so our knee is about parallel with our hip. We're going to take our right hand, place it on the left knee. We're going to inhale, open up that left arm to the side, coming into a balancing twist. Find that drishti. Take a nice inhale, then exhale, come forward, shake out those legs. You did awesome. We're gonna bring our feet about the width of a mat, toes slightly pointed out. We're going to bring our hands to heart center in prayer and slowly make our way into Malasana, yogi squat. Breathe here in your yogi squat. And then slowly, with gentle intentions, bring your booty onto the mat. We're gonna bring our legs out long in front of us. Inhale, raise our hands up overhead. Exhale. Bring your hands onto your legs wherever they land. Could be your knees, shins, toes, past your toes, wherever they land today. Take a nice inhale and exhale just a little bit deeper into this pose. And inhale, rise up. Awesome. We're gonna take our legs wide, coming into a seated wide-legged. Toes are pointed up to the ceiling, feet are flexed. We're going to inhale here, exhale, bow forward. Take a nice breath here. Then we're going to take our hands and slowly move them to the right leg. Place your hands on the right leg. Then take your hands, walk through the middle and come to the left leg. Breathe here. Then walk through the middle once more. And then you take a breath here. Then inhale, rise up, bringing both feet, plant them in front of you. Slowly make our way onto our back. We're going to come onto our back, fold our knees into our chest, give yourself a nice big hug. You did awesome today. We're going to drop the feet back onto the mat, place our hands down as well, and then we're going to bring our feet closer to our butt so our fingertips are just slightly touching our heels. We're going to inhale. We're going to start to lift our hips up to the sky, coming into a bridge. We're going to bring our chest to our chin and our chin away from our chest. We're going to relax the booty. When you're in this bridge, if you work out, you might think of squeezing the booty. We're not doing that. We're going to try to relax the booty here. Take a nice inhale. Remember to squeeze the knees together so they're not falling out. And then exhale, coming down. We'll do that 2 more times. So inhale, raise the hips up. Think of squeezing a block, and if you have a block, you can put it in between your legs. Think about squeezing a block in between your legs so your legs don't go flying out. We're going to try to relax the booty. Bring our chin to our chest to our chin and our chin away from our chest. Take a nice inhale and exhale, coming down once more. Inhale, start to rise up. This time, if you want, you can interlace your hands underneath you to coming for a bigger arch. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale. Come on down. Awesome. We're going to bring our feet about the width of a mat, and then we're going to just drop them to the right side, or left side, I mean. If you want, you can take the left foot and bring it on top of the right thigh if that feels good. If that's too much, don't do that. Unwind your legs, bring them up, and then drop them to the other side. Again, if you want to take that right foot, place it on top of the left thigh, you can. We're going to unwind those legs, bring them back up. Then we're just going to windshield wiper them back and forth, so dropping them to the left, to the right, and left, and right, and just do this a couple times. And then we're going to bring our knees back into our chest for one nice big hug. And then when you're ready, and only when you're ready, we're going to bring our legs down, send them out long, drop your hands beside you, snuggle those shoulder blades underneath you. We're going to come into our final pose of Savasana. Thank you for joining me today for this quick no hands yoga practice. We used a lot of our legs, so you worked them well. You did amazing. Again, thank you for joining me. Stay in Savasana as long as you need to. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Feel your breath, your inhales and exhales. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.